Day one of the New Zealand Pro, getting all set up. Jump rock looking as inviting as always. Looks like Steph wants to give it a crack. Look at that light, eh? First thing in the morning is just so bright. There's some groms getting dangerously close. I'm not saving them, but there's a really small paintbrush painting into the light like that, so some silhouette action. There's the pros getting ready to get out there again, choosing the right moment. Here we've got the crowd and the marquee in the background, all the lovely branding, all framed up, and on to the next one. Little bits of admin. Later on in the opening day of the New Zealand Pro, the tide had fully gone out, which made for some lovely foreground action with the slippery seaweed and some of the kinas poking out there, so I thought why not give it a crack, and yeah, got on the tally. But WSL, if you want to film me again, my name is Christopher Dews, just letting you know. When they get down here, they seem to get bigger, right? You know? Yeah, softening off that horizon is, yeah, low tide. It started to really grow down the line. I was painting during Billy Sturman's heat, and yeah, commiserations to all Kiwi folk in the WSL. But yeah, pretty happy with that. My mate Dan showed up just as I was putting the final touches on and wanted to go for a wave and promised me that no one was out. And he was right. Scored some lovely evening ones. Thanks, Dan.
Wow.
That was so sick. Do it again,
yeah,
eh?
that was a good one, eh?
Jet. Comp was called off Saturday morning, so Dan and I drove around the corner to a nice local beach, and there he is on one of his hand-shaped customs under the name Oi Kari Oi. This guy was on one. JK was out there, so must be good for the mental health. Tell you what isn't though, is when it gets super busy like this in that tiny car park, and you just got to get power and numbers to get out of there, really.
Power and numbers. Oh. Sunday
though, the comp was called back on with high tide early in the morning and the crowd filling in nicely on the rocks there. Here's a lady giving me a business card I didn't ask for. Met these fellas the night before actually. They were super humble, unlike these fellas. But yeah, Sammy Pupo I think on the backhand there, and such a sick little amphitheatre, stadium vibes. Got the shot from CPL as well, thanks Craig, and apologies to everyone who now has oil paint on their jackets. With not much action down at the points, it was definitely time for a couple of cold ones. So we headed down the Volcom Lane to catch the No Vacancy movie premiere and Goons of Doom live. I was keen to get a little painting with one of my favourite bands, which I had no idea that Warren Blakey was actually the lead singer. Aussie Wright's obviously in there and he was getting the crowd warmed up. Yeah, you can see I had my own little booth down there, which is perfect setup. Thanks team. Little love tap from Killer Whale. Kaipo getting everyone hyped up, and yeah, it really started kicking off. Definitely capturing a bit of chaos, so I'm stoked that Vaughan got everyone somehow to lie down. Impressive stuff. And then straight back into it. Plenty of cold ones going around. Hard to tell what Katie thought of the painting, but stoked to get there and meet some of the bloody legends themselves and try and capture the moment. Thanks to the Yard and Volcom for hosting such a sick night, and I have accumulated a few paintings over this event now, so if anyone knows where I could display them over finals weekend, please comment below. This is Harrison Sinnott outside his solo show on in Raglan right now, and he very kindly painted a painting of me while I was painting Mount Karioi. Yeah, got that shoulder lean in there. And there's what I got with the fire station. Next day we went down to the rocks. There's Katie Simmers, she'd sprayed me the day before, so I thought I'd get a nice close up. Yeah, returning the favour, trying to paint him amongst the rocks and the crowds.
Oh really?
I'm in the worst spot.
Bit of a battle though in that breeze, eh, Harrison?
You want to move or are you committed?
No.
Committed though, nice. Yeah, you can just sort of make out what was going on there.
You can? There you go.
Highly recommend his show at Wabi Sabi Studios, right next to the Foursquare. Beautiful plein air paintings of Raglan with lots of paint and beautiful light. Well done, bro.